Another best of 5. 2 different players, of course. It's going to be a TVZ. And, well, you know what? I still absolutely love it. We had someone in the chat today saying, like, don't we have enough TVZ? No, sir. No, sir. That's not gonna happen. Ever. Not for me, at least. Anyway. Bottom left side, a Dragon Phoenix gamer. Yup. It is Cure. Top right side, his teammate, a fellow Dragon, a fellow Phoenix, and a fellow gamer. It is Rogue. The Zerg, the GSL champion. We can say that now, right? Wait, oh, I guess... Well, didn't Cure win a GSL at some point? I keep forgetting. Cure, let me look up his accolades on Wikipedia. Wikipedia Cure. Sometimes players just have this moment where like, okay, they're gonna be the best that we have right now, and then it's sometimes a bit short-lived. Second place there, first place here. Yeah, that is a Code S GSL Season 3. There we go. Second to last, and Rogue won the last. So this is the two champions, really. The two champions, man. Ha! That's one hell of a storyline. It's a good thing remember sometimes. Jeez. Alright. 4 Zerglings. They might not kill him, but they will slow him down. Dogs of war being sent by both the champions. A Reaper. And the Hellhounds. The Queen of the Pokey Stick. Trying to keep that Reaper at bay. As the Zerglings are being kept at bay by gunfire. A effective measure, even against alien dogs. Oh, careful, don't lose that SEV. Fast traveling projectiles. The most efficient way. They get it all done. Oh wow, Harston, thank you so much, my man. That's a big raid. Hope you had a good stream, dude. We got some pretty sick matches here. Best of 5 between Rogue and Cure. After this, we're gonna have the winner go up in a best of 5 versus Zest as well. So we'll have some more Protoss for what I assume will be, you know, a lot of Protoss loving viewers. And it's gonna be Zest. I don't think there's a lot of Protoss lovers that don't appreciate Zest, right? Hellion opening together with some Banshee play. Looks like it's gonna get the cloak upgrade with it also. Queen's in a pretty good position though. And those Zerglings again behind it, ready to intercept. I guess the more important thing here for Cure is of course that he does have that 3rd CC. So he's not too worried about dealing enormous amounts of damage right here. I would rather have him preserve these units for the time being. Gotta be careful. He's doing a good job with it so far. Getting a lot of those Zerglings actually. May as well send these Hellions back home, get repaired, and... well, he could just join up with the group as well, I suppose. That is still plenty of Hellions to become quite a problem. Regardless of one being a little bit low on the HP. And then with the Banshee there as well as a secondary threat. Looks like he will delay that a little bit though. Not being sent in just quite yet. I thought that it might, but prioritizing the Hellion Micro. Ooh, getting close. Couple of drones blocking the way. Another drone. Oh my dear God, are you seeing that drone movement? That was pretty neat. That was pretty neat. Together with the queens blocking off the entrance right here. That was pretty sick. Oh, Zergling gets his revenge. Killed a third of the enemy workers that the Hellions did. Wait a moment. Oh, if he gets two. Imagine one Zergling doing 2/3 of the damage that. How many Hellions was that? 7 Hellions, dude. No, I don't think it happened. Unfortunate. 2 Banshees. Well, hot waters immediately as that Spore Crawler is in the ground. Another Spore Crawler over there, actually. Wind starting to come towards it, as well as a Overseer. No. Yeah, not the... Almost. Did I just say something? I don't know. I don't know what I said anymore. What you thought was that, but I don't think I said that. I'd probably say, what the heck? That's what I say. I sound a bit weird right now. I'm still influenced. It's a lot of Zerglings. The Mutalisk. Gonna be 11 of them so far. In that production tab. Sometimes a bit scary to make this amount of Mutalisk at a time where it is a potential for the Terran to start pushing into you. But he does have this lovely Changeling here, which allows him to send in the Zerglings at the most opportune time. Still has vision of those units there. As they keep moving forwards. Not much else is going to get done here. Now, what do we have as a setup for defense? Couple of Banelings over there, I can see. Nothing else on the bottom or the side. Oh boy. +1/+1, just finishing up. There's the combat shield as well. Nice targets. In come the couple of Banelings that are available. Oh, that is brutal. Mutalisk on the other side now. Suddenly, there aren't that many Marines here, of course, since they're all across the map. I thought we were going to have a situation where these Mutalisks would have to fight a large amount of Marines. But, well, instead we're seeing pretty much everything going incredible for Mr. Rogue. Killing 11 SCVs. Sweeping the floor with the Marines at the front door, and... I don't know what else you could really want as a Zerg. Maybe more bases. It's always good to have more bases, right? A couple of supply depots. Why not? A siege tank? Is he gonna... He's gonna get it. Yep. No Mutalisk was hurt during the killing of that siege tank. Maybe a little. Maybe just a little. Cure not out of it just quite yet, though, of course. Still has a formidable army here. And he's going to set it up as quite a lethal threat. 3 siege tanks, a good amount of Marines here with them. Are they going to be sufficient so far? As long as they are microed appropriately, I would say they will be, but... Ooh, 2 more Banelings. Oh, barely into the medevac he goes. Scary times, more units coming in as reinforcements. What else? More medevacs and a Marine. Okay, okay. Lethal damage has not been dealt yet by Cure, but he's, you know, slowly starting to find some more footholds here. 1 siege tank goes down. That's a lot of Banelings. That is a lot of Banelings. It feels like the siege tanks are just a little bit too far away, you know? Maybe it's because Rogue just isn't really trying to chase the Marines too much. He gets hit by the siege tanks maybe once, and then it's like, oh, right, yeah, back up. The Marines are forced out of there, and yeah, he must be quite happy with that, how that went. Kure did have a pretty good economy being set up behind this though as well. It's got a 4th base floating over right now. He's got... I saw the 3 siege tanks. I'm like, does he have a triple siege tank production in his main? No, this is mostly barracks there. He's been saving them up. He does have the 2 factories. Going up to... yeah, no, that is still a barracks. Let's just see the production tab. 3 upgrades for Kure as well in the production as +2/+2. Only being produced for Rogue. So definitely things going in the favor for Kure at this moment in time. I like the addition of the Widowmines and Thors as well. But we're also seeing the infestation pit coming along for Rogue. So that is going to allow him quite a lot more opportunities as well for Zerg tech choices. To figure out what he will be, well, he'll be trying to get here. Infestors have been becoming a little bit more popular. I always like, I think at this stage in the game in particular, right? If you as soon as you have that that infestation pit, why not just make 1 or 2? Just 1 or 2, just for like, because if you do get the fungal in this stage of the game, that is just so massive. That sets you up so nicely for that late game. Don't bank all your money on it, of course. Don't go and do that, but you can save a bit of money, or you can spend a little bit of money for the potential 1 fungal of death. Kure against the idea of attacking a so far harmless hatchery. There are Zerglings and Banelings that were on the way. Maybe he was being more attentive than I was. Does have a Widowmine here. Oh, that could be big. No, blown up by the Banelings it's meant to destroy. A Thor here now together with these forces. Also gets destroyed. But it's mostly the army of Kure that got wiped out there. Not much else. Oh! Widowmine. There it is. That is a nice one. 6 kills. Not too shabby. Another Widowmine sitting a little bit below that. Not gonna have its day in the... or the moment in the sun. Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew. Oh. Okay. Okay. How did he... What? How did he know to send exactly that much? He just... it's like... How do you... What? Man. Rogue. Rogue is so good. It was a bit lucky, I suppose, as well, because Kure didn't send anything else to help defend, but... Man. That was crazy. It's like, yeah, and I'm gonna send 1 Zergling as well, because I'm gonna need to finish off that siege tank right here, and then the Baneling is there to kill off the Widowmine, and do a bit of burst damage onto the siege tank as well, of course. Now he's gonna just wipe out this area once again. The Thor is just, okay, is gonna not die mid-air. That is, it's nice for him. But he is kind of dead. Expansion on the top or the bottom right won't be mining any time for the blue SCVs. The red drones on the top left side though are having a bit of trouble as well. As well as this base here. Doesn't seem to be an actual base anymore. There's a lot of stuff being torn apart by both of them. Yeah, to me, it's not quite clear who's suffering the most lethal damage. I suppose Cure did just lose 2 bases and Rogue only 1. Gonna want to take a quick gander at the unit's loss tab as well. That is still close enough for me to say that Rogue must be feeling pretty good in this one. 4 Ultralisk coming up. Surprising moments of silence on the battlefield all of a sudden. 3 things happening at once, and then it's peace and quiet for a little bit. Up until the moment where Rogue does decide to once again commit here. Ultralisk going in first. There come the Banelings. The Widowmines a little bit late to the party perhaps, but they do sacrifice themselves for the greater good. The Mutalisk still just targeting down everything they can. The Ultralisk definitely helping out quite a bit as well, ensuring no Widowmines manage to get the connections they want to into those Mutalisk or other small critter units of the Zerg. Bit crazy. A lot of mules now on this base. Desperate for money. Cure losing base after base. Mined out of pretty much 3 of the 5 bases he's got. Rogue high and mighty, just taking the corners once more. Oh no, never mind. There was a Widowmine there. Doesn't allow that to be taken. Yeah, we could go over all the bases that Rogue has, but it's quite a lot. He's got a lot more money. And he's got to be able to keep throwing units here into Cure for quite a while. Cure's just going to have to try and survive. Luckily for him, those mules are quite low on energy, so lifting up the base and just trying to get out of there with his military forces may have still been an option. But then again, is it really an option? You know, is it really an option when you are bleeding out? Game number 2. Last one, quite a nail-biter. Top left side, the blue Terran Dragon Phoenix Gamers. It is Cure. Bottom right side, his fellow Dragon, the fellow Gamer, and a Phoenix. It is Rogue. Almost for a moment I thought I was going to say his fellow grown man playing video games. That's what I do too. They live in a house together. Do they? I don't think they do. I'm making things up now as I go along. Just to make this... They've been on hot air balloon rides together. They've shared toothbrushes because, well, they are teammates after all. Who hasn't with their teammates? I don't know. I don't know how teams work anymore. Is that order on purpose? Which order are we referring to? The map order or what's the question, Mr. Lurds? Alright, 2 boys in the gas, optimizing the mineral uptake. As you are supposed to, as a Zerg. Little Reaper scouting action here from Cure. Squid posting. There's something wrong with the squid for me. Like, a part of his arm is whitish. It's discolored. Oh, that's more Zerkins. All of a sudden losing one. It's gonna lose two. No. Yeah. Ooh. Ah. Nelly Furtado. Ah. Alright. Alright, it got one kill. It got one kill. It still lives. It draws breath, which is the definition of living in some places. The Kozan vocabulary, for example. Goes in, goes... Oh, he's just... Wow. He's just toying with him right now. He's like, look at what I can do with this Reaper. Look at for how long I can keep this Reaper on the creep, guys. Just... And it will be fine. I promise you. Couple of Hellions. Once again, the Banshee also. The safe opening for any Terran to master at this moment in time, it would appear. Lovely way to approach this matchup, I would say. In all honesty, when I figured out that Hellion Banshee is just, you know, it's just a really good opening to I don't know, it's one of those openings that makes you fall in love with Terran, isn't it? It's such a fun unit set. Makes me really like this matchup as well. Just this type of opening, the harassment units that are still quite capable of dealing with any offensive that could be mounted by the Zerg this early in the game. While also still, like, you know, the Zerg having an appropriate type of answer. But one that requires still micro as well to try and set himself up. Pre-battle positioning and awareness, of course. Having these overlords in the right places. Talking about overlords in the right places. Look at this fancy line of vision he's got. My goodness. That is quite something. All us other Zergs, always so proud when we have that one overlords. Being like, yes, see, we'll be able to keep track of Hellions this way, guys. But rogues, he's got himself 6 of them. A pentagram of overlords spread out. Seeing everything. Banshees getting 3 kills once more. But they do look a lot more healthy this time around. And there could be more potential here. There we go, a 4th. Doesn't quite get that one. Come on. There we go. 6, 7. Starting to add up. Ooh, losing 1. 3rd base drones are still... Yeah, there we go. Get 1. 9. 9 workers. Solid stuff. Very solid stuff. I would be happy with that. 9 workers for the 1 Banshee. Still has the other one. Could deny creep tumors with this together with the Hellions. Kinda could keep scouting with this. Or you could just place it over a potential future hatchery of your opponent, right? Don't have to. I guess Cure could. He could invest a lot more micro into this. And he's probably going to be perfectly fine, but... Hellions finding some creep tumors. Fourth base for Rogue. Starting up in the, well, the 4th base location. Of all places. There's the push again. The +1/+1 finishing up. Combat shields. There's no combat shield this time around. And he just realized, like, oh, wait a moment. He's starting it now. I think that's a mistake, actually. I'm pretty sure he wanted combat shield with this. Seeing the build he previously had, you know. This is so far the exact same build, but without a combat shield. Wasn't producing anything else from that tech lab either, so... That's rough. That is quite rough indeed. A big surround being set up now by the Zerglings and the Banelings, coming in from multiple angles. Yeah. I feel like that would have gone better with the combat shield, but I'm not certain if it would have, you know, been a tremendous amount of damage being achieved there either. Well, round 2 of this offensive play from Kjør is going to come in pretty soon. Trying to perhaps gain a bit of a better angle of attack here. Rids the world of one potential hatchery. Sees the Zerg army is here and, well, decides to kind of just back off once again. Another base on the right side as Rogue definitely wants to start having a 5th base in production. It's a difficult task so far. The Banshee could cloak. Does he not have cloak? He does have. Okay, well. I guess he just didn't want to spend his attention on that. He wants to utilize that moment with the queens being absent to kill off a bit of creep. Which actually is a pretty cool idea because, you know, those queens are over there. They won't just be able to run in and reclaim all the creep you just got rid of, right? Which is sometimes a bit of the problem with getting rid of creep. It's if the queens are right there, well, sure, you kill the tumors, but the creep is still there, and replenishing is just so much easier then. So now he's achieved a lot more with killing these creep tumors here. This is a good fight. This is a good fight for Kjør. Needs to watch out for the Banelings as they come in. Does so pretty well. On the bottom side, having a valid positioning with those siege tanks right now. Needs to be respected by Rogue. Gotta be careful here. You can't just... Well, I'm guessing that you can't just run in this one tiny choke here. Then again, that is a ungodly amount of Zerg. Rogue sure as hell is gonna try. It's a couple of bangs here. Yeah, Rogue. Gonna try to make that work. Another push though on the other side, actually finding quite a bit of trouble. Ooh. No drones killed. Only 11 drones killed so far. 9 of those were the Banshee. That is rough. A couple of these just bam misses with the pickups now and again. Can't quite avoid the bailing connections all the time from Kjør here, unfortunately. Which kind of felt like the situation over here as well. When Rogue really did commit for that attack. If Kjør maybe was pre-split a bit better with his marines and stuff, right? I don't think it's too blatant a statement to say that, you know, he has an opportunity there to push those Zerglings and Banelings back. With the appropriate target fire and such. And again, so far Kjør, I mean, he is gobbling up his own part of the map. He's keeping Rogue busy. It's making things difficult for Rogue to expand. It's making Rogue just endlessly resupply all his units. And trade inefficiently also, right? That is not too unimportant. Double the mineral lost here for Rogue. And, well... Oh, Kjør helping Rogue out a little bit there with that last remark I made, but overall, useful. Overall, it's still anyone's game, really. Gonna try to look for opportunities of run-bys for Rogue, because we haven't been seeing them too much. Kind of looking at the other side, are they here? Because that is a Menagio line of siege tanks. It's enough guns to blow up the biggest banelings they have available. It's coming in quite thickly. We're having nukes being constructed as well, actually. I didn't see that before. Well, not that often anymore. Let's see if it's gonna get utilized as well. Sometimes people make it nowadays and then they just kind of forget about it themselves. Still a very powerful tool, of course. Push through the top right side as bottom left, the point where Rogue wants to make his play. He's got himself some Vipers involved. And those siege tanks. Yep, there we are. That is one of them. Shooting the Queen, so that is nice for Rogue. Rogue does lose his base though on the right side, the 3 o'clock. See, he's starting to make Lurk Attack another step in his repertoire. Like to see Rogue tie down this base here of Cure as well, but it looks like he's not going to be able to. All those banelings, instead of running into the planetary, running or trying to run into the ghosts and not finding much of anything. Now he's gonna throw down a nuke to shut down any defense of this extra base of Rogue. Rogue is starting to be in trouble, man. His bases have been killed off too many times. Still every nerd's wet dream, of course, that nuclear missile hitting the ground. That was terrible. Yeah, that was a horrendous attack there from Rogue. It didn't accomplish anything. He's still so far behind on the units lost tab as well. And well, there we go, another base down. He's got the Zerglings here. Does he have Adrenal Glands? Yes, he does. +3/+3 is still coming up, but that's a big deal here as well. +3/+3 done for Cure, and that may have been for a while now. If Cure takes this base, he's actually ahead on bases, isn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he would be. Oh, as I was counting, luckily I was counting at the right place. There was a fight happening here. Very nice. Very, very nice. Another nuke. Where are these nukes flying? There we go. Okay, let me... evacuated. Still gets the larvae. That's still nice. If you get a good amount of them, then they don't show up here. Nah, it's a shame. Would like to have a petition made for having killed larvae show up on the units lost tab. Lurkers starting to ask some questions over here, whether or not they can get something done. But so far, once again, it's not much left of the army of Rogue here. Truly having an enormously tough time doing much of anything so far. And now, Are those the final banings we have available? Yes, sir, they are. GG is called. Victory has been achieved by Cure. Well played, well played. Okay, here we are, here we are. Game number 3. In the bottom left side, a blue Terran. Cure. The top right side, a red Zerg. Rogue. And, well, they both play for the almighty Alpha Dragon Phoenix Gamer. Which, I don't know. Who is the Alpha Dragon Phoenix Gamer? Who owns Alpha Phoenix? Oh, sorry, no, Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Do we know? China. China is the Alpha Dragon Phoenix Gamer. That makes sense. There we go. Maybe I should look more on the Wikipedia page before I make that statement, actually. Is there someone else named here? I don't... active former organization. Enchant! Enchant. He is. Enchant. Enchant. That's him. And King as well. He's the other one, I suppose. A sponsor. King. There you go. There you go. Doesn't really get mentioned that often, does it? No, sir. I am upping the game. I don't just name the names of the organization. I name the name of the people that manage as well as the sponsor. It's just how good I am. Also, I always butcher all of their names. I say them in whatever liberal way I would like to. The Dragon Phoenix Gamers, for example, instead of gaming. Will I cast DreamHack Europe this month? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh. Wait, what? Yeah, that bit. No, wait, probably. I don't know about Alpha X. I just know about. I just know about me. I'm just a guy that is pretty heavily involved with Alpha X. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Then again, I do live underneath a rock when it comes to a lot of these things. Third base for Cure, you see? That's what I mean. I only just now notice. That's my own world of fantasies and stuff to think about. Lair coming up as well for Mr. Rogue. After the 3 base. No Roach Warren as far as the eye can see. When you say the sentence, as far as the eye can see, do you mean, are you referring to your eye as an eyeball, or the eye as in myself? The eye can see. the eye I am. You know? Probably the first one. Just thought I'd check. Alright, another attempt at creep denial here. Not going all too butterly smooth. The horizon, I see. As far as the horizon can see. There's a spire coming up. 10 drones. And we got, again, a 3-1-1 out of Cure. Or a 3-3-1-1. Right? Could we add the command centers in that mix of numbers as well? Are they allowed to join the club? I say they are. That's just how inclusive I am. Alright, 2 Banshees. Once more, we saw 9 drone kills the previous time. Now that was quite the extraordinary amount. Only getting 2 this time so far, and I'm not sure if Rogue's gonna let him get much more. Look at that, again, 2 of those Spore Crawlers on the other side. Or in the main base. Oh, those queens don't want to walk them off of creep, right? Do you? Do you? I guess it's fine. Oh, no, yeah, he's searching for the creep. Or the no creep zone. Or at least the pathing of those queens made it feel like they were. 8 Mutalisk getting themselves the... Oh, never mind. There's going to be 10 of them. With a plus weapon attack for them also. Interesting. Now, Cure has been doing the same build here for a couple of times. How do these... Where do these changelings come from? How... This was game number 1 all over again. I thought to myself, I swear, the next time I'm gonna see him, he's not even got him move commanded on them. He's manually moving his changelings. What a lad. What a lad. Oh, careful, there are siege tanks here. Circlings. Are you certain you want to do this? I guess so. I guess you really, really want to do that. Oh my goodness, that was everything just gone. Just gone. It's like it was never there. Future archaeologists are gonna find those corpses and assume there was a battle there, but I mean, there was no battle. It was like one of those movie scenes where you're seeing a guy on the sands and suddenly a big worm comes in from underneath and just swallows it. My goodness. Rogue. He's just got himself a good amount of these... wait a moment, that is the 2 Banshees. The 2 Banshees back in action once again. Getting a couple of those drone kills. He's got 7 of them right now on that 1 Banshee and 2 kills on the other. We're gonna assume for simplicity's sake that all of those were drones. Say they did a wonderful job. He's just lost one of them though, unfortunately. But those drone kills, they could become important. If he stabilizes here against these Mutalisk, which... Well, so far he's struggling a little bit to make that happen. But again, the Thors should supply a bit of extra firepower against those flying bats from hell. Gets another siege tank. A scan that is unfortunately not going to spot those banelings here. Banelings blow up the wall. Not much else here really to do anything with that, but you know what? It probably did give Cure a heart attack. He is just he's just overall heightening the odds of Cure getting a heart attack here, which probably will mean that Rogue advances against the match, or against Zest in the next match. If that were the case. That would be a brutal way to win, but well, Rogue. Knowing Rogue. Oh, he probably doesn't want that, actually. I don't think anyone wants that. Burrow coming in. Drilling class as well. Some surprise things gonna go into the ground for both these players pretty soon. Some IEDs, I suppose. Oh, this is some tough... Well, I guess... Do you want this Thor to ever get here or here? I don't know. Might actually be kind of nice. Just have him in the middle. Have the buildings there so it doesn't give chase all the way over here on its own. It might be on purpose, right? That he's making it impossible for these Thors to get deeper into the base. That's kind of smart. The more I think about it, kind of like it. A lot of explosions. Not enough to really break through just quite yet. Then again, I mean, Rogue, he's got himself 1, 2, 3, 4... yeah, five healthy bases. Still his main base with a little bit there as well. He can do this all day. He could keep sending in wave after wave after wave right now. Probably be okay with it. Of course, all of that does have its limits still. How... Wow, okay. Great splits with the Banelings. Still doesn't achieve anything, but, you know. At least he doesn't die to one Widowmine shot. Instead, he dies to quite a couple of Marine shots. There's another Widowmine over here as well. It's gonna set off. Oh, yeah, that just... kind of killed itself there, blowing up the two Banelings right on top of itself, and Cure taking his 5th base right now. Quite a brave thing to do, admittedly. Then again, he has to, right? Can't let this just go on with you being on 4 bases and your opponents going up to 7. Uh-oh. It's like, oh, sorry sir, this is your chair, isn't it? Please, please. It's all yours. I didn't know. Ooh, Widowmine success. That is a lot of orange and yellow now on those HP bars. Zerglings on the left side though. The supply depot wall has been remade here more times than these players have played so far in total games. Maybe he could have gotten that base, just indeed sack a few of those Mutalisk, but I mean, you know, he's going to be able to get some other stuff here. Regardless, Planetary Fortress should be going down. There we are. Mutalisk on the prowl on the other left side. And this game has just been inside of the palm of Rogue's hand for such a long period now. Just has to avoid losing the big ball of Mutalisk, right? If that were to ever happen, we might have ourselves a game on our hand again, but unfortunately so far the control of those Mutalisk is still in the hands of Rogue, so it's not likely that too much bad is going to happen to them. Big army of Cure is starting to head over towards the Zerg side of the map. It's been quite a while since any Terran units did go across the map, but eventually you just kind of have to pull a trigger here. You can't, like we said, just sit back on 4 bases, which is something Rogue has been keeping Cure very, very successfully to. More SCVs going down back at home as the Thor Marauders. A few Marines here trying to hold on to whatever dear life they still have, but I don't think it's gonna be too much longer here. Circling reinforcements. Not even really waiting for his units to bulk up. That could come to cost him eventually if he's not too careful. But now, there we are. Another wave of circlings. Yeah, he's kind of going in waves. That is alright. Yeah, GG. GG. I was kind of like, shouldn't I be... Isn't this the point where I'm supposed to say and there we go. That is GG, well played. And it was. It was. A scarily dangerous Zerg indeed. It's the GSL latest champion against the second to last champion. I think you disagree with me. I don't know who you're talking to. There were a lot of statements made in the chat. Says this in the middle of winning the super tournaments. You know, says this in the middle of potentially winning this. He just took out Sue, who admittedly did just come back from military service, and looks like he still has to tighten some not send bolts on his play overall, but you know, he's definitely got himself his moments. His brain is still there, and he still knows the game very well. He still kind of has a good feel about, alright, let's do the attack now, let's do this, and then... Disagree with my disagree. Right. Right. We have gone too deep in the disagreeing multiverse here for me to keep track of things. Let's just watch some Reaper Micro and realize, you know, smell the Reaper Micro in the world. Man, I've never seen people disagree this much. This is but in such a polite way. Lovely. It is lovely. Third CC for Cure once again. And game number 2. I like this statement someone made in the chat as well about that it seems like Cure was kind of playing for the late game right off the bat. That's what he is gearing towards, trying to get himself to, and does have a good shot at winning that. As long as the early and mid game don't go too horrid. Right, you still have to do a little bit of damage here and there with those Hellions and Banshees, otherwise the Zerg is just too prosperously set up. Yeah, I think we know what to expect out of Cure here. Rogue, no quick lair this time around. So hopefully, well, actually, I don't remember at what minutes and second we exactly had that layer starting. If I remember correctly, it felt like it was around the time after the third base was put, or done in production. Or out of production? It was out of production. Yes. Zergling Scout sees that command center here on the third. Sees a couple of Hellions. You kind of know, like, Cure does this a lot, doesn't he? He's similar to Zest in that way, where They like one build, and then they just drill that one build. They will become the absolute best at that one build. It is potentially quite terrifying. Oh, look at this! Ah. Foiled by a second spore crawler. 6 drones though, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. There's the +1/+1. Baneling nest. As well as a lair. I think he's going to defend with a quicker baneling speed here, perhaps. Rather than the spire this time around. How many gas guys do we got? 4 of them, yeah. Getting the gold base as well as the top left base here. A greedy boy is a roguey boy, I suppose. Just timing attack. Perhaps going to be in one of the better positions here to get some real work done. Creep spread prioritization towards this location I thoroughly enjoy. Realizing that this is going to be the weak point and a very likely place for all those siege tanks to be the most dangerous they can be. There's other places like over here where you can set them up, but you know, as a Zerg, you don't really have infrastructure you care about, so you know, you can kind of ignore this threat here until it starts pushing up here and here and here, and it doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, we got a fight going on. All that theoretical shindo window, it's out of the window. Two siege tanks having a bit of trouble getting close to any real, well, things for them to shoot at. There's creep tumors and an occasional patch of zerglings scraping on by their range now and again, but that's about it. How many creep tumors does a man need? How many? Yep. It is what it is. Okay, more of the attack now coming in. There's still Banshees as well on the bottom side here, looking for run-bys potentially, so very much liking that as well. Is he aware of the attack coming in from the top side? I don't think so. This movement from Rogue, it was quite a daring one, but it did not get scouted up until now. The Banshee is going to get his eyes on it, so very good call from Kurt to have those Banshees being utilized in that type of way. Drop on the other side. No, not going to go for it. Just going to try to escape for now. The run-by is coming back around. Set up as a potential surround now. No, it's going to... Okay, just bulk everything up. There's units... No, those are overlords. Yeah, okay, no, some surround. Some surround. If Kure decides to push into either of these ways, there will be Banelings and Zerglings coming in from either side. So... we will have those siege things now up to a mount of 4. Still relatively far away, and all this time, you know, even though he's presenting a threat, he's not denying any mining, he's not killing any drones, he's not... I guess he's stopping creep tumors from spreading further into this domain. He's forcing more and more Zerglings and Banelings to be made. Now we do have the engagement off of creep entirely. Is this going to work out here for Kure? A little bit terrifying. I think he may have sent those Marines a little bit too far back. Okay, does... well... how did that go? He traded favorably overall, but he doesn't have much left. Army supplies pretty close together. Rogue, though, you know, that was entirely off of creep. And maybe not entirely warranted. He should be able to resupply his forces here quickly enough to avoid economic damage, for the time being at least. But I don't think that was a great fight for him. I think that made him weaker rather than stronger. And then again, he's still mining from the gold. So is Cure, though, on the other side. Cure's now ahead of this, like, 30 supply. That is a big deal here. Same amount of workers. It's just mainly army supplies, so... This could start to get rough here for Rogue. If he doesn't manage to get a good detonation on a couple of Banelings at some point in time. Marine numbers are starting to get a bit terrifying after all. Getting another base killed off right here. Ooh, targets down the Banelings. Very proper targeting. Into the main base. More aggression. Ready for shooting. Get out of there. Yeah, this is great, man. Cure. Starting to tear things up, and he's going to start gaining more ground as well on the top side of the map. He's going to be able to take out a good amount of Zerglings here as well. Bit of stutter step micro on the bottom side. Target fire. That Baneling. Oh, it's low, and now just fight those Zerglings. Yeah. Having a whale of a time so far. 3-3 upgrades about equal. Forcing those queens backwards. Adrenal glands, yeah, they have been researched. Alright, so a bit of an easier time perhaps with just pure Zerglings. Especially if there's still a lot of Marauders in the mix as well, rather than just the Marines. And again, he's losing a lot of stuff. He's gonna lose another base here. He's gonna, well, not have any opportunity of counter-attacking either, it would appear. He's gonna lose drones at the gold base, more mining lost. That medevac is just gonna escape, creep. Oh, this is some big creep denial now. Losing this creep here, I don't know, Rogue. I don't know, my good friend. He really is starting to lose control here. +3/+3, finished up now for Cure. In about 13 seconds, it will be here for Mr. Rogue as well. Chitinous plating. Being a part of this big deal. May have these bio units start to finally be pressured backwards towards the Terran side of the map. Then again, we have 4 Marauders at a time being built. And actually, those most of the Ultralisks still getting shot down. The burrow. 23 SCVs. No, it's damage. It's definitely damage. Only 20 supply difference right now. But it's 96 army supply versus 50. And that's against Zergling Baneling. With mostly Marauder Marine. 7 siege tanks as well. I suppose the 3 Ultralisk are quite good to mention those. They, they are quite a powerful tool. These run-bys are managing, you know, to at least buy more time, get some of these value units that were staying back, trying to avoid the run-bys. Burrows them next to some missile turrets right there. Of course, the quickest way to still die. Well, Kyo wouldn't have gotten the alert, of course, but it's still quite visible on the minimap there. It's just a matter of time until Kyo's like, wait a moment. Those red dots aren't supposed to be there. Could be the final army we've seen, we'll see from Rogue here in this game. He's got himself a couple of Vipers here right now. There's the tab I wanted to see. Will this be enough? The conga line of Terran units is microing itself backwards. More units coming in from the top side, and there it is. GG is called. Very well played by Cure. No, this is this map number 3 or 4 already? I think Cure got 2 victories now, yeah. Wait, does Rogue have 2 victories? It's yes, there we go. I'm sorry guys. I'm sick. You need to help me now. It's 2-2. Yeah, it is. I wasn't there. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I just got here. All right. Good. Ugh. Okay. No. It's all good. I appreciate it. I appreciate people asking. 30C. 5th time. I wonder if we're gonna get those Banshees again as well to accompany the Hellions here. Into the timing attack with the 1-1 and the combat shield. I would love to see that Mutalisk build though once again from Rogue, because that just seems like it was, in all honesty, it felt like he already came up with a perfect solution against what Cure is doing, and he just kind of executed it, right? It was like, oh, it was just kind of like just kind of like I don't know. Maybe he made someone else already play that build exactly against him. Had a bit of practice. Maybe it was Cure. And it's like he came up with a solution to just go Mutalisk very quickly. Wait for that attack to come in and then just oh, wow, it's Liberators. He's changing it. He's doing something differently. Ooh. What does it mean? He's gonna have more money for other things now. Then again, those two Banshees, they were doing so much work for him. The 2 Banshee Maestros felt like they almost won him the games, right? Because the 2 games he won, the Banshees got 9 kills and they got 6 kills. See if the Hellions might be able to pick off a similar number. Oh. There's their Viking. The Banshees, they got that many. 8 kills? Wait, was that 8 kills? How was that 8 kills? Oh, it's the Liberator. There's only 2 kills on that. How was that 8 kills? This must be like one Hellion here with like 8 kills on it. 4 kills. 1, 4, 1. Oh, alright. Alright. Fair enough. 9 kills in total. That makes for a solid opening, I would say. You had the Viking as well. That's right. That's right. He did have a Viking. Makes sense. You want to clear out the Overlords, and then the Liberator can come in. You don't have the cloak that the Banshees do, keeping you safe from the minimap. Cure. Start sending in 2 of these medevacs before anything else. No siege tanks, no bigger group of marines. Going straight into widow mines behind this. It's got the armory coming up as well. So there's 8 Hellions still available that potentially could join in the fray here. If he really wants to. Centrifugal hooks finishes up right now. Ready to defend against this this attack of Cure. Just still having quite a couple of Hellions here on the other side of the map. Trying to get the creep tumors that are just out of reach. Unlucky. Unlucky indeed. Now transforming into those Hellbats. The upgrades have finished up, but it feels like there's less pushing potential now with the way he's set up. Just gonna have 2 areas, I guess. All right, well let's see. This could work actually. 56 Zerglings, 19 Banelings, Widow Mines and Hellbats. They manage to stay a bit spread. How much value will be achieved? Queens, are you trying to set off the Widow Mines here? He's gonna lose one of them. Oh, this attack, looks like that got quite heavily denied. And the Banelings here, with the Zerglings, deal with this about as beautifully as you could hope for also. It's got to be a bit of a rough second there for Cure, losing both his aggressive kind of moving armies here. Getting rid of all the Banelings there for 2 Widow Mines. It's, yeah, alright. Yeah, it's okay. More fighting. Oh! There we go. It's not the worst. Gaining some value, I imagine, in the trading. Work account for Cure still a little bit lackluster, but he is still making more of them. And his army supply is looking strong, so see how well he keeps that going. Widow Mines avoiding Banelings here, it would appear, but yeah, they're all gonna die right now. Ghost Academy just finished up as well. Where is that bad boy? Let's hope we get some more nukes. Not sure if it's gonna help him win, but I just love seeing nukes. Still training out okay. Hydralisk being involved here. Lurker Den also. Involving those units a little bit earlier than we saw in game number 1, if I'm not mistaken. Great target there. One more? No? Okay, gets out of there. Safe and secure up in the sky. Up until a certain moment where they'll be forced onto the ground once more. Oh. Okay. Feels like a battle for creep at this moment. That creep is quite important for Rogue, of course, to be fair. The circling Baneling army heavily depending on having that creep there. Incredibly important for those units, in particular if you're planning to go Hydra Lurker with it as well. such a hassle trying to engage off of creep with any of this. So a lot of those banelings actually rolling into a marauder right there as well. More value being achieved for Kjør. Nice pickup. Every unit is very important for him, it feels like. Rogue just throwing money away for the time being. Not getting a lot of achieving. Oh, those lurkers aren't done yet. They are caught out with the worst moment. Absolute worst moment. Now, then again, those units of the Terran still quite low. Circling Baneling army does come in. Tries to force the Terran back to his fourth. Where, once again, he should be able to just kind of withstand the Zerg. Lurkers are scary, yeah, sure, but you don't have to engage here. You don't have to run into them. You can kind of wait. You have those ghosts coming up. Next to the ghosts will be a Nidus Worm, so maybe something he's going to have to start doing something about. Is there anything in this Nidus Worm? We might wonder. No, sir, there is not. Then why would you make it? Well, to get a big reaction out of Kjør like this. Oh, there's another Nidus Worm actually deeper in the base. But anyway, yeah, a big reaction out of Kjør makes him pull back units, anticipating an attack in the back. That's when you hit him from the front. Workers set up shop. Main base right here. Kjør. Oh, has to respect it. But, well, Rogue doesn't have to respect him and send any units through there. Another worm. This one at the forefront. Come on, Ghost. Finish the job. Nice. Come on. Come on now. Yeah. This is starting to look a bit unmanageable here for Kjør. Unfortunately, more Zerglings are rolling through the natural base. Ghosts are there ready to defend, but a lot of SCVs are likely to go down. Medevacs helping out. Lurkers at the fourth base right here. Oh, good position for the repair. Great control on those SCVs actually. And now the Lurkers do go down. Guess what? We have a nuke. There is a nuke coming in. Is it a desperation nuke? I don't know. It could be. Liberator. And the Ghost under quite some heavy fire right now. Once again, will hold on though. He's staying on top of the supply here, which is incredibly important. We're looking at the army supply there. As soon as that starts dwindling for Kjør, and he goes around the same army supply or below Rogue, I think that is kind of going to be a death sentence. But as long as he manages to stay on top of the supply here, he's got himself a shot. Well, hello there, good sir. We got a secret mission man. A less secret mission, well, entire group of, an entire village of Terran. Trying to make their way across the map, and they kind of get punished there quite substantially. Then again, only 4 SCVs go down. Army supplies still looking okay. Where is this nuke going to go? We don't know yet. Is that ghost still around? Where did he go off to? And I really wish I could have just kept looking at him. See all the ghosts here. He may have died. I think he's dead. Because all the ghosts are here. Yep. Wait, ooh, okay, yeah, okay. Thought he was producing another nuke. How many snipes to kill a lurker? You need 2 of them. Nom 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 nom. So yeah, trading incredibly inefficient. Incredibly inefficient. But it's a tightrope you're walking in this matchup now and again, and well, if you manage to walk that tightrope correctly, you're gonna do a pretty. Did I not put on a? Oh well, we'll just do it like that. rockets. Blazes of fire. Seems like he quite quickly figured out where that one was gonna go. And, well, sending a bit of his own nuke this way. Oh, it lives! Just barely. A great repair of 2 SCVs. Definitely deserve a medal after this game here, if the Terrans survive to give out medals, of course. Great splits overall. The Marauder Ghosts here finding quite a nice chunk of banelings to take out. Taking out those Hydralisk as well. 128 army supply now versus 45. Are you kidding me? Cure. He was in such a terrible position, it felt like, but he has just been surviving and killing. He's moving through across the map right now. He's going to have more banelings explode onto those few Marauders right there. It's whatever to him at this moment in this game. He's going to have to be careful here. These banelings still quite a scary thing. With his Marauder Ball being so low HP. His Medivacs almost entirely out of energy as well. May require a moment of rest, but then again, Rogue, would you want him any second here to try and recuperate? He's claimed the entire bottom left side of the map after all. He's mining there once again. But you know what? The mining doesn't seem all too great in comparison of that of Cure. Cure, he really made this one hell of a game. And at this moment, I'm truly starting to believe that we are going to see him slowly but surely starting to take this one. Sure, another planetary fortress goes down, but oh my, those are important units, those Vipers. Losing one of them. This base will be reclaimed quite quickly. There is a orbital right there. Almost called the orbital an observer. Imagine if an observer could land on the ground and become a nexus. That would be something. Nidus Worms, you know, they're still going. Yeah. Still struggling as well. Rogue kind of kung fu maneuvering himself away from the top left side of the map and claiming this bottom right side in a very, very strong fashion, I want to say. The supplies are starting to equal out once again. Killing CCs can get Rogue into this. I think that's a good thing of saying. Indeed, Mr. Mufasa. Mufasa 360 from the chat. Darth Mufasa, actually, 360. Circlings in this base right here. Why do Zerg delay tacking up so much? It depends on what you would call tacking up, right? Because he is still tacked up, he's got all these upgrades. But yeah, you don't really get yourself the Ultralisk Broodlord's army against Terran right now because of the Ghost. The snipe is just too good and too powerful to take it out. You need to have those Zergling Baneling armies to deal with this amount of Ghosts. It's just not manageable otherwise. Lurkers on this side. Rogue suddenly having some more momentum being built up once more. Those Lurkers a terrifying sight. And one Liberator is gonna need a lot of time to start cleaning that up. Some Marauder Marine on the other flank as well. Might be able to come in here right now with a good stim. Let's see. Oh, doesn't really manage. Get some of them out of there though to safety. Top left side base is seemingly secure once again, but this one right here. Bottom right side still in full control of Rogue. And as wonderful as the counterattack of Cure looked not too long ago, Rogue, he he managed to worm his way back into this. It is just quite something. It really is quite something. The bottom right side base, to be fair, probably a couple of units there may have changed this game entirely. If Rogue never managed to grab these 3 bases here, then, well, he would have died. He would have died a while back. That being said, he managed to stay in this, and he managed to keep the base count of Cure a little bit lower than his own. And the overall trading definitely stopped being as horrendous as they were before. The Lurkers most likely helping out with that trade efficiency here. Very difficult to push into these. And I would like to have those longer ranged units. You could have yourself the, or even flying units, right? That could help. In some cases, honestly, I wouldn't be too upset with some benchy play. The Liberators could help out as well, for sure. Might even be better than the Banshees, right? But with the Liberators, you have this weird dance where you siege up, they unsiege, they run away. You have to re-siege, and then, you know. And with the Banshees, you can just kind of start chasing, or try to chase down those Lurkers. And the Banshees don't do as much damage to the other ground units that the Zerg can throw at you, so... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Burrowed Infestors. Are these the final moments we're seeing right here? This army of Cure, if he loses this, he's gonna tap out. 100%. If he loses this army, he's scanning ahead, making sure that those Infestors don't get close to him. He's making more and more missile turrets onto the ground as well. He realizes that there is a likelihood of those Infestors trying to come in. Try to tango with what he would, well, not like them to tango with. The tango growth. Lurkers seemingly a bit diminished in their aggressive behavior here. Are they all gonna head towards the top side of the map? That is potentially a bit of a bad sign for Cure. Because that means that Rogue feels like he can kill him right now. Army versus army. Reasonable fungal. And yeah, that is looking mightily exposed. Reinforcements no longer will be able to participate in the fighting here. Yeah, the Ghost. Oh, sniping the Overseers. That could be pretty good. Fungals also do show those Ghosts as well as a lack of energy, of course. Yep. Oh, that is so annoying for a Terran player here. Well, for any player, really. Well, Protoss less so, I suppose. They could just warp in units. But, well, you know what I mean. Such a nasty thing to have to deal with when you're already being strangled slowly but surely. Trying to keep whatever you have still alive, but these are the final moments here. There's really nowhere to run anymore. GG is called. Rogue takes game number 5 after a ginormous back and forth. And a swing that, well, he could be proud of. That was pretty sick.